We've come back to visit the tadpoles. The tadpoles are now about 7 weeks old and there's lots of changes going on. They're much bigger than they were before, last time we had a look, and they were spawned at about the 15th of March, so they're about 7 coming up to 8 weeks old, and this is the time when really big changes start to happen. When the tadpoles first hatched, they had gills on the outside of their body, and they used those gills a bit like fish do. Now things have changed and they're developing their lungs, which means they're going to be able to breathe air. When that happens, there's a layer of skin that grows from the front of their head and covers their entire body, and their lungs then are on the inside of their body. That means you'll be able to see them coming to the surface of the pond to breathe. They're different sizes. The ones that hatched earlier are bigger, and that's going to be to their advantage because frogs start off only eating plants, which means that they're herbivore to start off with, and then when the first legs begin to appear, they change their diets to being carnivorous, and they will eat each other and small animals in the pond. There's changes in their gut as well, because their intestines at the moment are really quite long. When you eat plants, it's good to have a long gut, and that's interesting even for us because we have a long gut, which suggests we can certainly survive on vegetables, and often people do. So their guts will start to shorten, and in common with other carnivores, they will have a much shorter gut, and then they will stop eating plant material, start eating each other and other animals in the pond. Frogs don't actually live in ponds. They tend to live in the wild places, but just come to the pond to breed. So there are only a few immature frogs here today, and all the mature frogs that are responsible for these tadpoles will be back in the wild places, and they won't be back here till next year. Frogs also often come back to the pond where they were spawned. So these tadpoles will be imprinted with this pond, and they'll know where to find it. And it's one of the important reasons not to collect tadpoles and take them home. You can see from the amount of wildlife in here, there's a lot for them to eat. And these tadpoles are really in the ideal environment for their development. What I'm going to do now is never pour them back into the pond. I'm going to bring my container down to the pond level and then just mix the two together, because I don't want the tadpoles to feel that they've jumped out of an aeroplane.